an external trivial thing. It comes from the inside. You know what I'm saying? It comes from uniting all sides as one of a kind, and that's when you find rhythm within society. You know what I'm saying? That's very important. And all they doing is just teaching children how to be good slaves when they grow up, because what you teach a child to play like is the same way they gonna grow up to behave like. You know what I'm saying? The same way they gonna take it seriously. If you teach children like knowledge early or a certain lifestyle early since they're a sponge, that'll be the first thing that will crystallize. And that first crystallization of that first thing you teach become the backbone of everything. You know what I'm saying? That's how a child works. The first thing that touches a child, the first thing that's going to be more crystallized than the additional things that's coming towards this area of influence. You know what I'm saying? That's what it means. And when you teach children BS and put them in front of white power, that's the first thing that's going to crystallize in the child's thinking and thought process. So any additional thing that's going to be similar to being useful, or something that's useful and beautiful, something that's basic, like knowledge of self, teaching children how to be African, going to be extremely hard, because they have to be in sync with something that's not even supposed to be in there. You know, something don't even supposed to be a core. You know what I'm saying? It got an alien core. You just, you cultivated an alien core. You know what I'm saying? That's like cultivating something to eat, but you planting cotton. Like how you know what I'm saying? Cotton's for clothes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta plant something that's gonna grow to food, not something that's gonna grow to something that make clothes. You know what I'm saying? Things gotta sync together. You know what I'm saying? One hand washes the other. It's no one, Nowadays we just thinking with this Eurocentric thing of logic, like we Cyclops, you know? That's one of the things I want to talk about with cartoons. You got Star Trek, you got Babylon, Stargate, Star Wars, all of them is white power scientific type of thing to make your brain, be scared of advancement in those type of fields. You know what I'm saying? And since they doing this, it's a twofold, because everything got synergy of sides. Even the law of identity can't even escape it. Like light can't escape from what they say exists, the black hole. You know what I'm saying? If it exists. But the real black hole is black matter. You know what I'm saying? Matter and energy as one of a kind. But going back to what I was just saying, one of the reasons they show all this advanced scientific things, or they show this on TV, is because they have a lack of. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna show it to you. Why would they want to show you more if they could do more? You know what I'm saying? That's in every human, no matter if you white power or not. You know what I'm saying? Like that if they show you mad scientific things, you know what I'm saying, like science fiction, all of a sudden, that means they're not really advanced of how they really talking. You know what I'm saying? That means they're faking the funk. You know what I'm saying? And they do this so the minority communities, so-called minority communities or melanated communities, you know what I'm saying, people with color, particularly black people, which is the root structure, because once you control black people, you control all people. You know what I'm saying? That's where all this wealth that everybody enjoyed come from 400 years of slavery and the destruction of the original people all over the planet. It was a worldwide thing when they did the slavery. So going back to what I was just saying, they showing Star Wars, Luke Skywalker got the Force and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing about that. He got the Force. He a white boy. He fighting against the Dark Force. Darth Vader is dressed in all black. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny though. You know what I'm saying? All the aliens that's not human have a form of color. You know what I'm saying? Looking black, big lips, and all that other shit. Racist. And then you got Stargate. The enemy is the people that was more advanced and they black and they evil and shit like that. That's what Stargate is about. And then they got the little Uncle Tom nigga that was the ancients working on these young niggas that was just a drop in the bucket compared to like what his people was hustling. You know what I'm saying? Babylon 5 and shit. I ain't gonna even talk about that. Star Trek. You know what I'm saying? That nigga, you know what I'm saying? You got the Klingon, they all black and whatnot. They supposed to be like warlike savages and whatnot, advanced savages, and they happen to be black, right? You know what I'm saying? The Vulcans, you know what I'm saying? Supposed to be what the white man think about Asians and whatnot. They scared about that, like, oh shit. And they got logic, man. They probably and what's that? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, they got that. I forgot what you call that alien with the big head with the 4 brains. He's supposed to be smart, but he happened to be the biggest capitalist. Like they saying, being a capitalist is a, you know what I'm saying? He a dealer. Remember like Deep Space Nine? You got that nigga with the big ass, look like he got 2 sacks of balls on his head and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he supposed to be real. He got a big head, right? That supposed to mean he thinking. You know what I'm saying? He advancing his thinking, but he ain't. You know, capitalism, want to gamble and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to equate intelligence, you know what I'm saying, with capitalism, imperialism, with advanced savagery. You know what I'm saying? That's what they trying to imply subliminally. That's the needle in the skin while you're sleeping. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you got the I told you about the superheroes. You know what I'm saying? You got the X-Men, you got Superman, boom, he going through buildings, broad daylight. You know, everybody packing the buildings, working. You got wage slaves up in the business buildings. But then, you know what I'm saying? Stan Lee happened to take out, I guess he took out mad people that in reality probably, like Superman would have killed if he hit a building. You know what I'm saying? Like they on some slot shit. You know what I'm saying? And then that means really the superheroes kill more people than evildoers they was going against them. What's that? You know what I'm saying? You got the X-Men. You got Cyclops with beam coming out just like slice buildings in half. And you know people gotta be up in them. You know what I'm saying? Like every building he sliced in half and nobody don't be in them. Just like one person and he barely ducked the laser and whatnot. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's purely fantasy, and it's terrorism at the same time. You know what I'm saying? None of them show like any mutants, any action in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Because they know them oppressed mutants that you know what I'm saying go against them white power mutants and rip them. You know what I'm saying? Because and Professor Xavier wanted to simulate under white power. He think white power is equal to mutants and humans and shit. That's real talk though. And they teaching us kill, you set the kid in front of that, you know what I'm saying? The best thing to do is just focus on the parts that the movie try to make you fear in, flip it, and translate and transform that to your child. Be there with your child. Try to teach them every little detail, just like a philosophy teacher do. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's this? What do you think this form is? Like, question it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just sit them in front of a brainwashing machine. You know, the TV look like just like a washer that you put your clothes in, but it just emit something that's gonna wash your brain. You know what I'm saying? Clean every aboriginal element, seed, darkness out of your brain and make it just light. You know what I'm saying? Lightheaded. You know what I'm saying? So they bombard us with a lot of information. You know, we used to get fat when we eat food. You know what I'm saying? Now we get fat, we get a fat head, you know what I'm saying? We think a whole lot of information means something. But the information is what is really the process, the product of imperialism. They're scientists, they're a group of scientific goons. Discover things. Some of the scientific goons of white power is my complexion, mad other complexions, you know what I'm saying? But they got the white power mindset, you know what I'm saying? So that's what they do. They synergize with each other, fake synergy, because when they synergize, they're not really working with the group. So that's what it is. And the information, a lot of people we so caught up in information is that we so caught up that the average person that's caught up on information will disobey nature. You know what I'm saying? Reason why, because they didn't find that fact that nature is manifesting in the books, in their you know, the whole information gig. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of the things about it. You know what I'm saying? Like we deny everything that doesn't fit in our paradigm. You know what I'm saying? Because our paradigm is definitely not rooted. It was under Eurocentric thinking. You know what I'm saying? The only paradigm that I think of that fits in well is a black paradigm. You know what I'm saying? The tightest opposites could ever come to each other. That's how nature works. You know what I'm saying? That's how everything in nature works. Nature, it wants to contract. You know what I'm saying? So it could explode. It's like two things happening at once. You know? And the perfect way of doing that is knowing that it's the synergy of sides. Like, it's not just opposites. It's also the opposite of the opposites. We're talking about what is the opposite within the synergy that these opposites are creating. You know what I'm saying? So it's like really the four elements. That's what it is. It's four elements. The black three. So I also believe we need black love too. I think that's a sociological method calculation. It's so easy to do to multiply your power. You know what I'm saying? We really need to be sincere to one another in the most in the first things first manner. Since we the first on this earth, black love, we need to love ourselves first. We need to build our infrastructure first. You know what I'm saying? We need to build, because we are definitely not in the position we used to be when we was healthy socially, when we was healthy as one collective entity. So I think black love is missing. Everybody got the mechanics, vulgar mechanics, but I think black love is one of the things that is needed, you know what I'm saying, to avoid many unnecessary wars too. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these wars is happening because of black hate. And a lot of people don't deal with that. Just like people don't deal with black supremacy. Black supremacy means our people first. Supreme, number one. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think about it logically, it all fits. You know what I'm saying? Like to be supreme is the active side of black power. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to supersede the mental cages, the white power mental cages up in your head. You know what I'm saying? That's what it means. That's what the power is. That's when the power becomes active. You know, that's what supreme. But we need black power. We need black love, and we need black supremacy. You know what I'm saying? We need all three of them. You know what I'm saying? To fortify this cycle of liberation. That's what we need. And I believe that. I think those are three sociological method calculations. Or the Judd calibrations. I think it is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so simple. Like it's right there in front of your face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I look. You know what I'm saying? Like to be supreme means like whatever, where you at your workplace, wherever you at with your family, you gotta know that black is first. And since you know that from if you read my works, like the whole structure of the system is based on the law of identity. Therefore,